and welcome to Unews for Monday, September 9th. I'm Lorraine Cáceres, filling in for Carolina Sarasa. We begin today in Washington. President Trump's claims that Alabama was at risk from Hurricane Dorian continues to stir controversy. The federal agency NOAA defending the president. Meanwhile, another issue turning up over the weekend. The Air Force has ordered a review of all international layover stays at Trump's resort in Scotland. Andrea Linares has more.
The committee is expected to vote this week on a resolution laying out the procedures for an impeachment investigation. Now that vote will lay out the ground rules for conducting hearings. Lorraine, now back to you.
Thank you, Andrea, for that report. And over the weekend, President Trump dropping a bombshell via Twitter, saying that Taliban leaders were set to travel to the U.S. for secret peace talks, but he calls off those talks with the militant group entirely. Carolina Sarasa has more. While Congressman Michael Waltz of Florida is blasting President Trump's now canceled plan to host Taliban leaders at Camp David, Waltz, a Republican member of the House Armed Services Committee, spoke with CNN on Sunday. The aftermath of Hurricane Dorian cleanup efforts continue in the Bahamas after the massive Category 5 storm ripped apart vulnerable islands there. Abaco and Grand Bahama seeing the worst of the damage. Residents finally returning to neighborhoods devastated by strong winds, heavy rain, and a relentless storm surge. Nidia Cavazos has the story. Meanwhile, there in the Bahamas, they're struggling to cope with decomposing bodies throughout much of the islands hit by Hurricane Dorian. Relief work to Jacqueline Charles. She's the Caribbean correspondent for the Miami Herald and has been covering the devastation in the Bahamas. Thanks for joining us, Jacqueline. Dorian left several islands in total devastation. Here you can see World Central, the deadly boat fire in California. The victims were reportedly so badly burned, DNA samples from relatives were needed to identify many of them. Rafael Rodriguez has the latest on the investigation. Crews are trying to recover the burnt boat. They say that process could take several days. Coming up after... Welcome back to Unews. In New York, new charges have been announced against a man accused of attacking a woman because of her race. It happened in Buffalo, and the victim is now reacting, sending the alleged attacker a powerful message. Paola Byron has more. And as we get closer and closer to next year's pivotal presidential election, we want to take a good look at those interested in taking on the next president in November. Here's Carolina Rosario with a look at South Bend's Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
Democratic candidates are unified in their goal of defeating President Donald Trump in 2020, but they differ on what they would do if they reached the White House. And what about the critical Latino vote? Where do the candidates stand on issues impacting this voting bloc? Today our focus is on Pete Buttigieg. The 37-year-old candidate is the current mayor of South Bend, Indiana. Remember, information is power. You can visit univisionnews.com to learn more about all the 2020 presidential candidates.
And the family of an Ohio student says he was humiliated by staff who took away his birthday lunch in front of all his friends, all because of the lunch debt policy. Ricardo Arambari explains. And in the era of Black Lives Matter, being a police officer has become an increasingly hard job. And for many female officers, the job is even harder. Maite Interiano got the chance to ride along with Michelle Arias, a police officer in Duncanville, Texas, to see what the job is like. Thank you, Maite, for that report. Welcome back to Unews. The sister of Los Angeles Clippers star Kawhi Leonard is being accused in a deadly robbery. Police in Riverside, California arrested Kamisha Williams, and another security video shows a man trying to adopt a young woman in Philadelphia over the weekend. She was able to get away. Police are now looking for the suspect. They say the woman is doing okay. Investigators are asking anyone with information about the incident to contact authorities. Now to Venezuela, where the country is still struggling with a massive economic and political crisis. It seems that no one is exempt from the impacts, including even organized crime. Unews spoke to members of a criminal gang who complain about the economic collapse, unprofitable robberies, and dollarized costs of bullets and guns. Like millions of Venezuelans, they also are leaving the country. Carlos Pinilla has more. I'll go to Annabelle Sedano with what's trending, including a new program to erase old pot convictions. Annabelle, take it away.
Hi there, that's right, and we begin with this. A new computer program could help thousands of Californians reduce or dismiss. Of course, I will have that info for you. I'm Annabelle Sedano, and that was your daily dose of tech news. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you, Annabelle. And in other tech news, Microsoft the Musical is making the rounds on the internet. The video today in entertainment news as It Chapter 2 dominates the box office. Another Stephen King movie is on the way. Plus, there is a music video with a message or two. Here's Miriam Arias with the Hollywood Minute.
Her fans, to say the least, are thrilled. But now, another story. A Latin artist is breaking records. Ozuna is being honored for his music-making skills.
And that's all the time we have for today. I'm Lorraine Cáceres. Miriam Arias will be back here tomorrow with more headlines, so please join us. Happy Monday.